Thank you for attending the second session of the CAAC Learning Project. I'm Veronica. The key acoustic cue we are going to learn and practice today is vowel length. First, I'll talk about the long and short vowels in English, and then I'll introduce the way how vowel length is visualized. When you learn English pronunciation, you must have heard of the terms vowel and consonant. They are the two principal classes of speech sounds. Together, they form a syllable, and a syllable or more syllables form a word. In a syllable, there must be a vowel, and the consonants before and after the vowel are optional. Take the monosyllabic words hit, high, and it for examples. The word hit has a consonant, a vowel, it, and a consonant, t. The word high has a consonant, a vowel, it, and there's no consonant at the end. The word it has a vowel, it, and a consonant, t, and there's no consonant at the beginning. And that's why a vowel is the core component of a syllable. Vowels can vary in three aspects: quality, loudness, and length. Traditionally, the vowels are plotted in the four-sided figure. The four-sided figure is a representation of the space in our mouth. The dot of each vowel shows the position of the tongue when pronouncing the vowel. The position can be front or back, high or low, but you don't have to memorize the positions in this project. They just serve as references here. The focus today is on length, because compared with the other two aspects, it's more direct and easier to be understood for non-English major students. In English, there are 6 short vowels: I, U, E, E, A, A, O, and they have short vowel length. Today, we just need to learn 3 short vowels, which are I, U, and A. There are 5 long vowels in English, which are I, U, O, A, and E. The long vowels are indicated by the symbol, which looks like 2 tiny triangles. We focus on I, U, A today. Please note that the long vowels are longer than the short vowels in the same consonant contexts. That means you can compare the long E in heat with the short it in hit, but you cannot compare it with bit because the consonants before the vowels are different, and that may influence the vowel length. It's commonly difficult for Chinese learners of English to differentiate long and short vowels in both pronunciation and perception. The sound pairs, such as the long E and the short I, the long U and the short U, and the long A and the short A, are especially challenging. Some sample words that contain the target sounds are listed in the table below. I would like to emphasize that the long and short vowels in the sound pairs are not only different in vowel length, but also in the position of tongue. We choose to use the acoustic cue of vowel length in this session because vowel length is a cue that is easier to be visualized and compared. Please pause here and have a look at the 6 words and their IPAs, and then identify the words that do not contain a short vowel. This is actually a simple question. We just need to find out the words with the long vowels. As mentioned, the long vowels are indicated by a symbol, looks like 2 tiny triangles. So we can easily find out that the words park, peak, pool contain the long vowels. The reason why we bring up the thought of visualizing the vowel length is that it may be very challenging for learners to differentiate long and short vowels in similar contexts only by listening to the audio by ear. It may still be very difficult to figure out the difference even when the others point out which is long and which is short, because sounds cannot be touched or viewed. Therefore, it's more straightforward and objective to find evidence visually in Pratt. As a result, you may have a more in-depth understanding of vowel length for the differentiation of two similar sounds with the help of the visualized and quantified information, and then transfer the visualized information with the auditory information to your perception, so it can benefit your perception of the target sounds in the future. In the first session, I introduced how to understand the visualized feedback in the identification tasks. Now, in this session, here's an example of the visualized feedback you'll receive in the discrimination task after completing the perception judgment. The words we're going to discriminate in this case are
bead, bid,
on the left, you'll see two pictures of the visualized acoustic cues of vowel length. What you need to understand are the parts in the red boxes, which show the information of vowel length. Let's have a look at the long vowel E in bead at the top. The vowel length is 297 milliseconds, and it occupies 78% of the total word duration. And what about the short vowel I in bid? The vowel length is 184 milliseconds, about 61% of the total word duration. It is quite clear that 184 milliseconds is way shorter than 297 milliseconds. But because we use speech data produced by different speakers, some of them may speak fast and some of them may speak slowly. To make the acoustic cue of vowel length comparable across different speakers, we also look up the percentage of vowel length in the total word duration. So we can see that 78% of E in bead is higher than the 61% of it in bid. And this is the hard evidence that the first word contains the long vowel and the second word contains the short vowel. On the right, there's a brief description showing the logic of understanding the connection between the target sounds and the visualized information. Here's an example of how you understand the logic step by step in the training tasks later. In this case, the target sounds are the long vowel E in bead and the short vowel I in bid. A long vowel usually has a longer vowel length, and a short vowel has a shorter vowel length. The vowel length of the vowel in the first word is 297 milliseconds, 78% of the word duration, while the vowel length in the second word is 184 milliseconds, 61% of the word duration. Therefore, the first word is bead, and the second word is bid.
bead, bid.
Now, please pause here and use what you learned in this session to decide which one of the pictures shows the vowel length information of the word deed with a long vowel. The vowel length of the first word is 326 milliseconds, 73% of the word duration. The vowel length of the second word is 217 milliseconds, 63% of the word duration. And that means the first word has a longer vowel length and the second word has a shorter vowel length. So the first word has the long vowel and the second word has the short vowel. The answer should be A. That's all for the instruction video. Thank you for watching. Please go ahead and complete the training tasks using what you learned today.